G'day guys, welcome to another mailbag episode from Betfair headquarters. We've got Jonesy second up. He was huge on debut. How are you, great man?
Very well, thanks.
Fans have wanted it, got it, and Roscoe. Big fella. How you going?
Good. Peter.
Yeah, this is a huge card. We're going to quickly answer some viewer questions. Might be a two-parter, I'm not sure, but we'll punch through maybe two viewer questions, and I will get to all the viewer questions that aren't related to the race day on the podcast. So you'll find on Twitter, follow our stuff, and you'll be able to subscribe to our podcast channel where we'll get into deeper depths on the more touchy issues that aren't related to the fat racing that is at Flemington. Which questions should we talk about?
So just quickly, the first question we've got here is from Adam Grantham. Does your mounting yard experience translate into judging yearlings at the sales like on a Sunday?
Well, I hope it does, because we've spent a shitload of money on a really exciting horse with Mitch Freedman.
Yep.
It's a team effort, so I'm just looking for horses that look like they're fast and walk like horses that are fast at the races. We're going to 2, 3, 4 meetings a week, watching 8 parades at a time.
Yep.
So I think there'll be something in it. There's proven to be a little bit in it so far. We bought a really cheap horse, Chris Lee's. It's no superstar, but it's already won more than it cost us. And then it's not just like my opinion, it's overlaid versus Mitch's opinion, some bloodstock like more pedigree and other influence.
Yep.
Then it's all vet checked and scoped, and the horses that the dissident filly that we paid a lot of money for, which is a half to Bravo Tango, who might be running on the weekend. There's just so much angles to it. The underbidder on that horse was Elton and Zara. Yep. They're in Malbert's winning Group 1s with a horse like Booker. Another one I can't think of the top of my head. They're not the sort of like operation that if they want the horse at the sales, they'll just buy it.
Yeah, they would.
They'll go 600.
They would have put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah. So them being the underbidder gives you another degree of confidence, because it's all of their team, which I've got a lot of respect for, and Mitch has a lot of respect for, doing the work and happy to. They're sort of seconding our opinion. That makes sense.
That's right.
And it's an opinion that you'd sort of want help with.
Yeah, it would be a little bit of a concern if you weren't sort of coming up against, any of those big guys that are also having a crack at that same horse. So.
Yeah, and the filly, if you put everything that the mum's had into puntingform.com.au, who powers the mailbag, every horse that she's had that's raced has smashed the overall benchmark by about 5 lengths.
Yep. So
last night at Pakenham, not one horse would have beaten benchmark, I'd say, and they were good horses, goodish horses. Bendigo, probably none.
Yep.
Cranbourne tonight, probably none. Saturday, they all will.
Yep.
So that shows you where sort of the level is.
Yep.
So if it throws to what it was, it'll be a good horse.
So the other part of the question is it tougher not trying to predict the natural development at that stage?
Yeah, well, that's where Mitch was really impressive. He's like asking questions that I don't even think to ask, which I probably won't share because it's his edge, I guess.
Yeah.
But of the farms and things like that, to get a good gauge on what he thinks can happen from there and there. It's fascinating.
Yeah, the guys I know that are good at it, there's a lot of factors. It's not just luck, and they do the background, and it's not fluke. Like some guys are good at it, and some guys aren't.
Yeah, and I'm convinced though there is plenty in how they. My eye at the races compared to the yearlings, there's going to be something in it, because the factors that we use from the mounting yard, which have proven themselves to be profitable over a long period, like over 2 years, they're all the same factors.
Yeah.
So if you're just looking for the same thing in a yearling, should work. Anything else we should talk about before we rip into a big day's racing?
That's it for me. You got anything, Ross?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm keen to get into it.
Let's get into it.
It's an exciting day tomorrow.
Alright, race number 1 is a... You got the market?
Yeah, I've got the market here, so...
That's why Jones is on, because he's so fucking smart and he's an outstanding judge. It's really refreshing, because when I have your mate on, the Wish...
He's not prepared.
He called himself your mentor.
So I've only got a website on the Sorry?
He called himself your mentor to me.
Sorry, his mentor or...
He reckons he's your mentor. And I said, Jonathan, wishy,
it's taught me a lot of things, Johnny.
balding young man. Jonesy's got 10 lengths of that.
Oh, he's going to love that. All right, so the runners in the market in race one, we've got Bandipore at $7.50. We have King of Yulong, international import at $6.50. We've got Malahat at around $5. Super Hard at $8. Mystico $5.50. Crown Witness $4. Double figures the rest.
Speed from Malahat, Crown Witness, Municipality, don't know how to say that one, sorry. Number 9. Municipality, yeah. Mystico's got good speed, been up a fair while, but a big sort of gross horse probably be able to sustain it. Belwazi's fast, but was ridden with a sit last start down the straight. I think it was last start down the straight where it exploded and won a good race. I think King of Yulong showed enough speed at the jump outs. I know Roscoe liked the jump out. I think it'll be sort of forward-ish, and drawn 10's ideal. Roscoe tipped me the trial. Nick Noonan tipped me the trial. It was $9.50. We've sent it as a mover's bet early. I thought it might go off, and I think it has.
Yeah, it has definitely. It's gone from $9 into $6.50.
So I'm not saying it's the most likely winner by any chance. It's a bit of unknown.
Yep.
We've got a good price, and may the gods please give us a result, because we have been so stitched, which we'll get to in the next race when we talk about a repeated a Stokes horse.
Yep, that's
Kayla.
true. I think with the international imports, I'm right in their camp as stayers. It's just I've just got the concern, this thing coming across as a sprinter. Look, I haven't looked at the jump outs myself, so I can't really comment. But the thing that I
money
like,
around to suggest a jump out goes
absolutely,
K.
yeah,
In there.
yeah, for sure. That's definitely a positive sign with the market move. But the thing that I want to be on is Crown Witness. Crown Witness showed a lot of ability as a 2-year-old. It actually looked catchy early on. I'd ignore its last run, which I think was in the Oakley Plate. Don't have it in front of me, but it drew wide that day. It sort of missed the jump, went forward, was sort of stuck 3 wide. It's usually flies out of the gate, so I think it might actually get an easy lead here from barrier 6. And it's the thing that I want to be on. I think it's got a bit of a class edge on most of them. Obviously, King of Yulong's the unknown, but I think it's got the rest of the field covered, so it's one I want to go.
Roscoe, anything to add?
Nah, just give the Snowdon strength.
Yeah.
Race
Good.
number
Race
2 is a benchmark
so-
84.
Yeah, so 1400. So we've got Antar at $5, Rocks the Castle $6.50, Bravo Tango $5. Grey Worm has been very well backed. It's into $2.40. Looks like it opened up at $3.50. And double figures the rest.
Okay, speed in this race. 400 metres, Flemington's crucial to get this. This is a pesky little redhead out there. He loves those blue wheels, doesn't he? Little velvet numbers. Rocks the Castle is a fast horse, it should lead. Easy Beast from 4 will hold a prominent spot you'd expect. Lucky Fish and Grey Worm have speed. Lucky Fish, if it utilises it, will inject a good amount of speed in this race, because Grey Worm will then have to really cross and go hard, take on Rocks the Castle. Bravo Tango's shown some speed from 2. I think it and Battle can bring up the field. I'm quite keen on one here, but I think Roscoe's found it, so I'm going to let him talk about it. I do think Antar's ticks every box, and I want to be on a horse. I'm predicting fair track on Saturday.
Yep.
He's announced he's been flying land. I want to be with horses that are building momentum and running on here, so I think there's a good chance the horses up the front are going to chew themselves up.
Yeah.
Yeah, which definitely it's a hard race to work out from a speed map perspective. I think they could just go like the clappers, and then that can change everything. Or I think there'll be speed regardless, and I'm happy to be against Grey Worm. Wide barrier 1400 Flemington is a lot of the time a big detriment. I've been taught it's one of the things that I have sort of was pointed out to me a couple of years ago, and it rings true quite often.
Well, the one time Casio went really good this prep, rolled forward.
Yeah, and that like
Simply Invincible, we wouldn't even mention.
Yep.
Crossed and led at Sandown to win. So that it's just speed everywhere in this race. All to hooing, led last start.
Yeah,
Fast race.
that's the thing. Like we could be wrong. Like sometimes it doesn't map like that, and one lobs in front and then they walk. But I think there's just so many go forwards here that will be alluding, like what Dicko alluded to, that they're not just going to be happy to cop a sit, and yeah, I think they'll push forward. So yeah, I'll be with Battle Camp. We were wanted at was Sandown, wasn't it? When we were with it.
Well,
as a-
I know Winks is a friend of yours, but what he did to that horse at Sandown, I was still trying to figure out. He had Declaration of Heart to his outside.
Yep.
It was $1.55 favourite in the race. I backed it pre-jump. We backed it. Probably, I think it wins if it follows it.
Yep.
Went for fishing on the inside. Savage the line. Declaration of Heart was huge in the Guineas last week.
Yeah, it was.
Just as a benchmark, fucking 84. It was $16.
Well, you're getting a massive price about it.
Yeah.
$18. I think it'll start like single figures. It should. It's a race where a lot of them can win,
Yeah.
but 16.
But that's the thing,
$18 right now.
I'd rather be having something on it at 18s than taking 6-4 Grey Worm, is it? Or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, exactly.
If Grey Worm comes out,
Ross, our audience,
yeah.
although some of them are elderly, we're trying to speak to them as young
Okay,
people. Just
sorry.
6 to 4. I don't know what you mean, man.
$2.50.
Yeah.
Litre.
I knew what he meant. I wasn't going to pull him up. I'm quite happy dealing with the fraction lots, but look, I'm not going to take
English.
Okay.
I'm not going to take Grey Worm at that price. I think it's gotten in far too short. But the other thing I'm actually keen on is from the great man Mitch Freeman's stable, Bravo Tango.
Been up a
it's-
long
It has been. It's actually it hasn't really shown any signs of going backwards though. Its last couple of runs have been really sound. I don't think it's
time. Has been ridden a lot more positive this prep, which I'm very happy to see.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't
And,
think it will be this race because there's just a lot of
Yeah,
there's
if
so
there's-
much speed
But
here.
it might actually get a really good sit in behind the lead and barrier two. It's
Brings that 10
yeah,
out
it's,
form.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Tin had a couple of starts ago at Sandown.
I think this highlights how strong Victorian racing is and how lucky we are.
It's a deep race.
This is a benchmark 84,
Yep.
and it's as good a race as any on this card as a betting opportunity. I
Yeah.
reckon.
Sure. Definitely.
Done.
Yeah.
Battle camp.
Bravo Tango.
I'll be Battle Camp and then probably trying to take the Betfair SP from the yard if you find a few at good odds from the yard, which hopefully you will.
But what price is Rockstar Castle? Just I mean, not Rockstar Castle, Antar.
Antar's come up to $5.
Yeah, I think it'll get out. I'll be back in Antar and Battle Camp.
Excellent. On to race 3.
Ooh, that's a nice looking vest.
Alright,
Does the panel get the vest?
Speaking of mentors,
Mentor of mine.
here's
Okay, now race 3, Jonesy.
Alright, so we have Exemplar. It's the international runner coming off about a year and a half break. It's in the money at $6.50. We've got Our Peaky Blinders at 12. We've got Thundercloud at 3. Instigator at 9. Spellhatch 11s. Hangman 5 and Prince Siggy at 7.
Speed, torture, just wait till the monsters tell you what they're going to do. One of them will go forward probably. Mr. Clarify will probably take off halfway through the fucking race. The stopwatch. Walters will just go. Thundercloud hard to knock. Hangman, excuses, Peaky Blinders sort of stable where they can run like shit and then piss in. I think on a day where there's enormous amounts of betting opportunities, and that's just in Melbourne, if you're sick enough and you're betting everywhere, you're busy, this is a good race to just watch and not get involved with. I'm not interested.
I was really keen to know how you guys took Hangman because
Yeah.
I couldn't work out I wanted to pan it after last start, but then
I was pretty upset about it.
yeah, me too. I was
Yeah, I'm
talking through
not
my
sure
kid,
whether
but-
it had any excuses last start, but
Yeah.
I know I've been guilty in the past of sacking horses off one bad
Yeah.
run, and they just come back and
Well, it's our speed profile, isn't it?
yeah,
So it wins and you back something else, I'll be up on the third level of P&O Ship Cruise, which is the members of Flemington,
yeah,
and I'll be thinking about it.
yeah.
That's not how you want to be after race 3 at headquarters.
Yeah, that's
Like,
right.
why torture yourself here?
Look, I'm-
Tarquin's been savaging the line. Like, it's so wide and
Yeah. I think Thundercloud's over bet. Like it was super last time at Flemington, but it won't get me at $3 odd.
yeah,
It's okay. I'm talking in
$3. Yeah,
denomination.
$3.
What do you guys make of the Lloyd Williams run Exemplar? It's,
What would you know?
yeah,
Like,
it's
hopefully they're not trying so we can just have a fair, not overwatered deck.
but the races it's been running in over in Europe or UK and Ireland have been pretty good quality race, and it's been measuring up, been competitive at that level. So you think if it's anywhere close to that, it might just win.
What do you do here? The only way I could get interested in betting is if Antar just Charlie Sheen style savages the line and pisses in the previous race and he crossed the line with Thundercloud.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen style, I love it. We know you'll ask.
Yeah, it's a no bet race for me.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Exemplar. Hangman, I don't have enough confidence to back, but I wouldn't at all surprise me if it just comes back from that ordinary run last start.
Yeah.
Guys, we apologise if you hear the hammer drill. That's what that is up there. It's a hammer drill, so it's a drill that you get through concrete with.
Yeah, no, I'll be very, like, once again, if you've got the discipline, which is not something I could probably maybe have on, but I'll be really keen to see Hangman, what the teams do with Hangman. Like, it's Betfair SP intrigues me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Race 4.
Race 4, so over 1100, the Incognitus Stakes. We got you hang at $6, Sunset Watch 460, Bleu Roche 550.
Bleu Roche is in the Hangman camp. What are we doing? Sorry.
Anjana 750, Thorondor 850, Marcel from Madrid 7, and double figures the rest.
Look, Sunset Watch should dictate here. Bleu Roche has been ridden. Oh, what have I done here? Whoa. Bleu Roche is probably my favourite horse in racing. I love the horse.
Yep.
I would like to try and buy it. Unfortunately, I don't think I have enough money. It was ridden forward and positive last start at Moonee Valley and was really, really playing to the line. I thought maybe it hurt itself and it wouldn't be seen for a couple of months. Here it is, drawn 7, Flemington Straight, where it's shown it appreciates it, it handles it. It's the only way I can bet in this race. I'll watch the parade, I'll fall for it again, and let's just hope it wins. It'll be, I can almost guarantee this will be a Mountie mail bet, because this horse is outstanding and parade's awesome every time. But I will be respecting Sunset Watch, and especially if I'm leaning towards on pace suited, because it's nice and firm and fast. It's going to tick a few boxes. But Bleu Roche, Sunset Watch, and maybe something like Ajana and Crone and Thorondor have the ability that big Mountie are.
It's going to be hard, and it's going to be hard to read Ajana and Crone off the Betfair because, as we've discussed, I think last time I was on the show with Mick Price's horses, they fluck out on the fair late, and you think, oh, there's no wrap this, and then they just go bang.
Yeah, or like last night, you just get a little sniff, you see something at the back, Pakenham, it's freezing cold, shit, you're out in the bush, and you see something that you like about High Ratio, who's once favourite for the Blue Diamond. You send it out to your subscribers at $9. 5 minutes later, it's in the sixes.
SP $5
and we won't go the outside with momentum where they're winning from. We'll go back inside on the third. So it's very hard to catch me across at the moment.
I think I'm with you with Bleu Roche. What I was reading here was it pulled up lame last start.
Both hind legs, Jonesy.
Yeah,
should see it.
So I think it's probably worth ruling a line through that.
Something for the horse watchers out there. Bleu Roche parades with, I call them the Andy Roddick's or the Leighton Hewitts.
Yep.
Those severe ankle guards. You know the things that he used to wear.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. I think I should kick himself or something. Himself. It's obviously a horse with a few quirks.
Yep.
But serious amount of ability. Sorry. So that's the way you want to play it. You want to back Bleu Roche.
Yeah, I'll have him in my camp.
Anything else?
No, that's look. I think Bold Ariel maybe at a price. I'm not sure why it's at 21. It has shown ability in the past and sort of come out of some competitive races. It was up in Sydney last start. I recall against Fiesta and Messager. Wasn't disgraced. Look, I think it might be a knockout chance at big odds.
Roscoe?
Was keen on Sunset Wash. There hasn't been a lot of money for it yet, but if there's a good market push for it, then definitely I'll be with it. Be waiting on the yard for Bleu Roche, and then I really respect Jonesy, especially with the longer price things. So Probably have something on Bolari, I guess now. But yeah, just SP profile is a big thing that you've taught me, but also I use it myself in other forms. And you know, you look at Sunset Watches SP profile, like 310, 195, 290. Started $2.80 against Ring a Ding Ding. Started $5 against Charge. Charge ran in the Oakley Plate 2 weeks ago. So yeah.
No, fair. All right, race number 5. Let's try and pick up the pace because this is probably dragging on. We're already 20 minutes in.
Alright, so in the money we've got Hawker Hurricane off its Blue Diamond run. It's $4.40. Dallasam $3.80. Exit $9. We have Le 10 at 10. Shishao Fly at $6.50. Really discreet at $6.50, and that's about it.
Okay, speed in this race. Fling's got some speed. Outlandos, and I think Shishao Fly from 1 can kick up and actually hold a spot. Really discreet from 2. He's only shown one start where it was ridden cold and absolutely sheened it there. It savaged the line late and won really impressively. La 10 ability, Hawker Hurricane ability, Exeter's a really nice horse with ability, Wakeo has shown something. Now, really discreet from 2. I am completely anti-Stokes and Crowther. I've sacked the both of them after last night. What they did to that horse in race 2 was disgraceful. Gave it none. It was the only horse to make ground last night. I drove 2 hours to watch it. Obviously, I'm still not over it. However, thankfully, because of betfair.com.au, there was a chance that Kayla, because anyone who gets my stuff will know what she did to No Doubt About It last Friday night at Moon Valley, where she snicked it and went 13 lengths slow to the 600.
Yeah, that was gross.
It's not going to help your horse's chances, Kayla, when you give it a barrack trial and give it a 7 length head start.
So you're able to get
I was aware that there's a chance that Kayla, because I've got a huge overlay, so I've taken 280, started at 220. There's a chance she's going to ride this cold. She shouldn't, surely she won't, because it's firm. But then it drifted a little bit late, so she might. She did. I'm able to neutralise my position throughout the run, in play on Betfair. I'm doing all of that. So I'm nervous to talk about in play because I don't want to sort of. It's a sharks. I'd say it's like full of sharks.
Yep.
But be careful. I'm doing all that trading in the first 400 metres of the race. So the horse has landed where I thought it would. Continue on. The horse has been snicked. I want out.
Yep. Fair enough.
So that's what happened last night. From 2, see, I'm sick for her though. From 2, maybe she's going to be different. Because when she draws outside, she shits herself and snicks it, or Phillips telling her to snick it.
Yep.
From 2, she could sort of be a happy inside horses and ends up 3 back defence.
Yeah. Well, it's
got the whole straight to get out. This horse has a huge turn of foot.
Yep. Well, it's hard to know what to make from one start, but from that performance, it might not show that gate speed to go forward. It might actually go back. What's she doing? So it might actually need a bit of luck from Barry too. But I think it's shown enough ability on Debut to be a very good chance of winning this race. So I'm actually quite happy to back it, regardless of who trains and who rides it.
Well, that's
I might
very
be
fair
proven,
commentary.
yeah, it might be proven wrong. But
I think there's
It's a catch-22 though, because horses run for her. Like that's the problem. But last night that was a sick watch. And
there's also it's a race with those sort of setups. What KO has got the ticked boxes for me. There's a merit in the last run. Gets her blinkers on. Tony McAvoy, young horse. Tick tick tick. Oh, hang on. Brian Forster's riding it. Oh. God help us all. I don't know how to handle him. It's the biggest day of the year, Melbourne. He could be a superstar, or he could be an old fossil with zero ability. Looking forward to retiring in Australia.
So is that a reason not to back him?
I don't know. I'm just growing myself up, I guess.
Yeah, look, I'm happy to back unproven jockeys until proven otherwise, I guess. But I get what you say.
Yeah, he's not a pickle. He hasn't come from Bow Desert. He's ridden 80 billion winners in South Africa or somewhere, hasn't he?
I don't know.
Let's just say I'm
just saying. If
if
I was
I liked
an old, short South African guy,
Yeah.
I'd rather retire in Australia than anywhere else, so I'll come and ride some track work for it too if your horses are fast or not. But it wouldn't be the first time St. Dodgy's gone on racing if he was like, you don't know what's going to happen. I'm just saying, it's question marks and I don't like them.
Yeah.
I thought, I've been dribbling here, but I thought She Will Fly was a really good bet in this race.
Yeah.
After all that, number 11, She Will Fly.
No worries.
Been savaging the line, was really good at Moon Valley again.
Yeah, tough race. Wasn't compelled to bet.
Fair enough. No worries. On to the big one.
Actually, sorry, I say that every time. Fling, with the risk of sounding like a broken record, SP 440, 440.
Yeah, nice horse too.
Yeah, and Rupert Lee. So yeah,
Ruby.
if he got out to stupid odds, I'll be having something on Fling.
What do you got? Race number 6, the big one.
The big one, the Newmarket. So 23 runners in the field. It's going to take a while to get through these. It's Redkirk Warrior.
Just go single figures.
Single figures. We've got Santa Ana Lane, obviously well backed. Double figures just yesterday, but into 9.50. Osborne Bulls at $4. I think we've only got 3 single figure runners, maybe 4. Eduardo at $9 and Graf at $9.
Okay, I thought Osborne Bulls was enormous last start and was like, said I'm going to win the Newmarket.
Yep.
Now I think he's a lay. This race is just too deep and there are way too many chances. I think it's drawn perfectly. I think this gets every chance.
Yep.
But $4 in this field, if you go into get puntingform.com.au up, and I don't think you need a membership or anything, you get up a workbook and actually try and price this race and understand that to get it at 100% market to $4.40, you need to have like Redkirk Warrior at 60s. It's just...
And once the media and everyone starts doing their tipping tonight and tomorrow morning, it's going to be overbet. Like they're all they'll all best bet it because it's one of those safe ones that, you know.
Yeah.
Last run was screaming out for Newmarket, this and that. Like it could SP under $4. Like you can leave me right out of the
And I thought Graf had a lot of merit.
Yeah.
But it's fucking pretty short as well.
Yeah. Well, it's under $10.
I think
now,
as a betting play here, I'm happy to suggest a bet on Encryption, who I thought was huge.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to sort of go with that form line.
So you
Eduardo,
take the form out of the Oakley plate and the Lightning.
I've taken them both out, but I'm getting 4 times the price
Yep.
for the
Fair enough.
Oakley plate.
Who-
Eduardo was enormous in the Oakley plate. They got on the wrong leg. It still got home really strong. And I thought the roughie was Usain Bowler, who is proven down the straight. And if you go back and look at the times and the closing fractions of hunting form, Usain Bowler got home as good as anything in the Oakley plate. And he's proven at Flemington.
Yeah.
He's capable of running a time that's competitive here.
Getting a massive price about it, 50s or 60s.
Yeah, and
Maybe
Booker
hundreds on
ticks
bet
boxes
behind
as
the
well.
Yep.
Like you're getting $22 a horse that probably run a career
Yeah,
peak last start.
Well, that's right. I mean, a couple of the last start winners there. You got Booker that was absolutely enormous. And you're getting 21 on it. $21.
$21.
$21. And you've also got In Her Time as well. I don't think In Her Time's done anything wrong.
Yeah.
In fact, it's run behind Santa Ana Lane over Spring Carnival week was absolutely enormous as well. You could arguably say it. If he gets a better ride, it possibly wins it. So, look, I'm actually going to have a bet on In Her Time in this. So I was on it in the Lightning Stakes. I'm keen to stick with her. And the one concern though is Chris Lees came out during the week and he was asked whose best chance is out of the runners that he has, and he's put Graf just slightly ahead, just based on the weights. But I've never really taken weights into it when it comes to sprint races. I tend to sort of disregard. I think weights are probably like the number one sort of overrated factor that goes into form, particularly in sprint races. So I'm happy to ignore that. I know.
That's an absolute pearl from the great man. I couldn't agree more.
Okay, that's good.
Like, even in all races.
I think once you get out to 2 mile in the cup, and you've seen over the last couple of years the European 3-year-olds carrying bugger all weight, that's obviously
It's a massive advantage.
Made an advantage, but
Yeah, it's sprint racing.
That's
Like
it's like-
good sprinters carry weight.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly. And I also wouldn't rule out Santa Ana Lane.
Well, I think you're going to be careful we say that. I don't think you mean to, and I'm not ruling out anything just about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Every fucking horse can probably win.
Yeah, that's true.
I just think
it's
like
impossible.
having $10 to win 500 on Usain Bolt is a much better way to play this than having like 300 on Usain on Osborne Bulls.
Yep. If you have one bet and you find the winner of this race, then you're probably going to finish up for the day.
Oh, it's that sort of day, like where I'm going to the yard, and for the subscribers, if I find one winner, we'll probably be in front or square. 2 winners will be good, and 3 winners on the card will be an enormous day.
Yeah.
Because that's the way I operate. I wouldn't. I'd be pretty. Need to tick every single box to back something at like short price on a big card like this.
Yeah.
Roscoe.
Yeah, encryption for me. I went home and watched the replays after Caulfield because I left early, as you know, because I don't want to get stuck in that car park, and that's another story again. But was with encryption and had something small on Booker, but actually watching the replays from that Saturday night, encryption could have taken the run that Booker took, and I think
It also had an
probably
extra
wins
half
if
a kilo
yeah.
for the weights.
Yeah. So, I think encryption's over the odds, but totally agree. It's a very, very deep race, and for the quaddie punters like Dicko, it'll be a field leg. I reckon.
Are we doing quaddie again?
We'll have a quaddie tomorrow.
Like, surely land our first ever quaddie.
Yeah.
6 months into the operation.
Okay.
Race 7.
Years ago. Race 7, we have the 1400 metre CUNY Stakes. So we have Angelic Ruler, the favourite, at 280. We have Spanish Whisper at 650. Kenyan Wonder $6. Zubo at 9s. Victory Kingdom 10, and Princess Jenny at 11.
There's good speed here. Pick up the pieces. Simone will lead. Antana, Princess Jenny, Victory Kingdom might lead as well. Victory Kingdom. Spanish from 8 will get a lively run, I reckon, and there'll be enough speed here that horses like Goldie Fox and Chevrolet Dion will hit the line. There's a bit of a sprinkle of Kenyan Wonder. I don't know how to line that up. Roscoe, what do you reckon?
Spanish Whisper here for mine. Was at Mooney Valley with you the other night when I ran in the Typhoon Tracy.
Yeah.
Behind Embrace Me. Was savaging the line that night. Second up, just going back in its form. Second up last time was beaten 2 lengths to Mystic Journey, which I think is not bad form. I'd be happy to be with Mystic Journey in these.
That's outstanding form. That's good. Yeah, that's alright.
So
I reckon that's spot on, isn't it?
Yeah.
What price is Spanish Whisper?
So Spanish Whisper, you're getting 650, I believe. I was keen on Princess Jenny a couple of weeks ago. I was on the show, declared as the best of the day, was scratch that day. Look, I don't know why it's been held up for so long, whether it's had issues. So I'm a little bit sort of hesitant to, like, I'll still be back here. But the other thing I like in the race is the thing we touched on, Kenyan Wonder. Its run in Adelaide last start was absolutely enormous. It's gone close to
huge. Yeah,
it's
sorry.
gone close to actually beating the track record that day.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to measure up over here.
I couldn't tip Spanish Whisper hard enough. I'm with Roscoe.
I'd forgotten. I did notice Kenyan Wonder when I had a quick look this morning, and I watched that live. That was super impressive visually.
Yeah,
I
and
think the race that Spanish Whisper come from is the race I want to bet.
Yeah, it was the form race.
It improved Lance mentally. They figured out something, I'm assuming, the yard. It's a horse that could cook itself pre-race, and it had cooked itself and was cast when beaten by Mystic Journey. So the second up last prep, I reckon.
Yeah.
All kinds of excuses.
Yeah, then next start no good. So that was
So
a peak run.
I think it's a great bet here at 650.
Race this one.
And I thought Chevrolet Dion is a horse with some ability and showed a bit previously this prep.
And when D Dunn rides for that camp, like that Thomas Farms, he's their go-to man. So he'll be trying, he's going to be trying for his life because it's a Group 2 CUNY, but
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, he's their man.
Race 8.
Two to go. Straight up. So we have McKinley at $12, Ace High at 14, Trap the Fools 14, Villiers the even money favourite. We have the Taj Mahal 21, Muntaha 23, Night's Watch 11, Sikandrabad at 21, and Shalala at 18s.
Oh, Rekindling's one of my favourite horses ever. It's one of the greatest experiences I've ever had on a racetrack. Getting big at that horse to win the best race of the year. I'd be excited to see it.
Yeah,
before
me and
we
Jonesy
started-
had a real good experience getting yelled at by the Wish. Well, we worked together that day, didn't we?
Oh, it was with Michael that day, I think.
Where, oh,
But,
yeah.
yeah, I remember it was.
What happened? Hang on, what
We
happened?
both won it, but
He wasn't.
he, did
Nah.
you back that day?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he won a stack.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a fill up
For everyone.
for them. Well, not for me, because I would have been on the back getting yelled at by Michael or Jonathan. I can't remember.
What's it like getting yelled at by someone who's so short?
No comment.
Demoralising.
Yeah.
He got it back there because I sent it through heavy. And
Yeah, he
Drew
did. No, it was
Drew
fat.
tripped
It was
heavy.
fat for the camp. Yeah, I thought we were on the. I thought we worked on it on the lawn that day, Jonesy, but maybe not. Maybe that was the one when I worked inside with Michael. Anyway.
Anyway, Roscoe, you made a lot of sense to me before when you mentioned the bottom weight here.
Yeah, Shillelagh. I think if you look into that run, deeper into that run last time, like I don't. That definitely wasn't a target race. Is a nice way of saying it. Like,
Yeah, and it's recorded. You keep talking, I'll find out what it did.
Yeah, like obviously the tempo last time was sort of a bit of a, with the Joe McLean horse didn't probably go as quick as we thought it would, but fastest last 200 of the day is probably all I've got to say. It's
Second fastest last 200 a day.
Yeah.
It doesn't say in there.
Yeah.
It's the second fastest playing.com to the year. I
Yeah.
think the best guys are using, but they're wrong. Anyway, very fast late.
Yeah, so happy, I'm an Avilius fan, like it looks a star, but like taking probably, what's it start, Betfair SP 210, 220 maybe.
I reckon it's going to come in a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
yeah.
I say, it is
Like,
big, yeah.
everyone is
Could
poised.
it get out to 250 or
It
something?
has
maybe,
paid
or-
$2 in a much softer race than this.
Yeah.
Is it
and
two
it's-
Melbourne
and it's
Cup
just-
winners here?
Yeah, there's so many unknowns
Yeah.
in this race as well. It's you've got Muntaha as well. Some of the form.
That's a great name for a horse, eh?
Yeah, Muntaha. And some of the form that he carries from overseas as well. But you just don't know. You're first up over 2,000 metres. Is it right? But the thing that I want to be on is something that I know it's a bit of an unpopular pick at the moment. Absolutely no one's talking about it. But El Mandan. I think it really hasn't done. It's. I know it's a 9-year-old, but it's very lightly raced as a 9-year-old. And look, it came back in great order last prep over the autumn. First up, it got beaten by a Homesman by a nose in the big cup at Caulfield, and it was giving way to the rest of the field. And it went on and ran quite well in the Australia Cup that day, or next up in its last prep as well. So
It ran
look,
enormous
I think-
time too, enormous time.
yeah, that's right. I think people are fairly quick sometimes to forget how good some of these runners are. They've had a big spell, and I think it's you get massive odds on man.
Yeah.
It's 20 to 1 at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if it drifts. You might even be able to get 30s or 40s on bet there on the day.
Its peak is superior to every horse here, which is the top weighted horse. It should be, but it's got multiple double-figure benchmark, positive benchmark ratings here.
That's right.
A lot of the other
it
runners in
doesn't,
this race don't have that.
and it's not giving the rest of the field any weight. Yeah, it's needs more weight for age. So happy to be on it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a race where if you're prepared to take on Avilius, we'll be able to back 2 or 3 horses in
Yeah,
the race.
I sort of think nibble Shillelagh and
Yeah.
nibble El Mandan, and if Rekindling walks like it did in the Melbourne Cup,
Yeah.
I'll be having a crack.
What about the fact that like Avilius drawn 1 with Huey, he's got winks 2 weeks time,
100%.
I know people bang on about it, but like you look at it and it's like
But the stats are there though.
100%.
Yeah, outside of
Yeah.
Bowman on wings, his recent stats haven't been great, so
Yeah.
you have to take that into account.
Right, lucky last. Let's get through it. Let's keep the show 42 minutes, guys. We've got 2 minutes to talk about this race. Prices, Jonesy, please.
That's it. So we have I'm a Star, who flopped the last start at $7. Spanish Reef,
Last
420.
year's winner, 420.
Yep. We have I'm a Princess, 14. Think Blur, 10. Bring Me Roses at 11. Nantali, the favourite, at $3.
Look, this is a race with no interest at all for me, but I did find some merit in what Roscoe mentioned to me before we started. But I'll sort of keep an eye out for it from the yard, but I'll let Roscoe talk about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think this race is a bit of a lottery.
I will be watching the market closely with payroll because I think definitely I'm no pot J Mott, but J Mott to D Oliver
It's not a pot on the jockey; it's a sign of intent from the stable.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. That's what I was about to say. It's
Sorry, mate.
The D Oliver factor with Richie Lamming. Yeah, if there's I don't know, has there been any money for it yet?
It's actually drifted. It opened at 11s. So
Yeah.
now you can get as much as $17.
Yeah, so-
This could be an old school sort of setup because if
Yeah.
you were confident
Yeah,
they
but-
can,
yeah,
which
we-
they are, this is the horse
yeah,
we
that's going to
mentioned,
drift.
we mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. They just get overly excited when they've got an upcoming winner and they just smash the price early.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like they currently want to be on it, unless everyone's holding back. But
I'll be having something on it regardless, and we might get a better price. The others that I will be including in our quaddie, or definitely having something on is the 6 for 2. Is it the Hayes horse?
For
2. I want to have something on for 2, and Suppressor a watch. I know it's never done anything first up for Weary, but that may change.
a big question marks around it, isn't there?
Yeah.
I just would also mention in race 8, the big Australian Cup. I don't reckon Yogi's legless. That's
No.
massive odds.
That run at Caulfield was out of this world.
Different horse.
Yeah.
Maybe it appreciates not getting
Sneak.
not sneaked.
Yeah, that.
Jigged.
Yeah.
Maybe appreciates
Payroll, and for 2 for me.
Okay, best bets, boys.
So it's just on that last one. The thing
sorry.
the thing I want to be on is
You might
Spanish
want to
Reef.
someone that knows what they're talking about. Have a chat.
I know it's you're not getting a great price about it, but its record at Flemington's really sound. 4 starts with 3 wins in a second. So it might be a bit of a Flemington horse. It's now 3rd up. I think it's about ready to win. Wasn't bad behind Jamaica Rain last start, so it's the one I want to be on.
That Jamaican Rain form should be pretty solid, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, best bet on the card, please. Jonesy. Roscoe, you go first.
Sorry,
He's
you
not
go
ready.
first.
I might be stealing yours here, Dicko, but Spanish Whisper each way at the price, definitely.
I'm happy to have my best value bet on the card is to back race 2, number 1 Anti and number 11 Battle Camp. Have them both. No place betting, each just both back the win. My best bet on the card will be race 4, number 3 Blue Roche to atone for a shithouse performance at Moonee Valley, back down the straight, drawn beautifully. God give it strength. And Jesus and Allah,
Harry Potter.
Harry, fucking Gandalf, and Fellowship of the Rings, Walshy, Josh, and I think looking 2 more short artists to join the band actually, because there's 2 other little hobbits that were in the Fellowship.
Do I qualify?
No, way too tall. You can't be above my shoulders.
I'm going to mark my best of the day is Spanish Reef in the last, I think, and best each way bet. I'm going to put in her time in the Newmarket.
Okay, and just any other, you're playing that way in the Newmarket play.
Encryption each way, or Encryption and a couple of others.